on, my friends. Just went to the dentist. Now I am going to Goodwill to drop off all of the Christmas stuff. You'll have already seen the video of me getting rid of all the Christmas stuff, though today I get to go drop all that off at Goodwill and I'm super excited. Now, I have not finished editing that video, so I'm gonna go home today and that's what I'm working on. I'm gonna edit that video, put that one out first, then I'll put this one out after. So I'm just really excited to get that video done because it's been in the works for a long time, taking footage here and there, and sometimes I get really unorganized with having too much stuff, I gotta take bits and pieces of this video, bits and pieces of that video, bits and pieces of that video, and then before you know it, you gotta put it all into one video. And that gets a little confusing for me. So I just want to get that video done. I worked on it for hours this morning, trying to get it, into my system to start editing. And I've already was at it for hours, but I was able to get probably a quarter of the way done. So I can't wait to get that one just out of my phone and HD cards and just out so I can start fresh. Because not only do I have that backed up, I have so many videos. Several of the days, like I went up to go try to organize my Christmas stuff, what would happen is I would get sidetracked. For some reason, I've just started a bunch of projects and I've yet to finish the project, so I have to deal with the same sort of a problem, like taking bits and pieces off this video, putting it onto that video. For me, it's really complicated to do stuff like that. I like to do it in like one shot and then put the video. One shot, then do the video. And I'm gonna get better at that, but I'm backed up on getting the videos into the edited system, I should say, and organized. So I'm just kind of sorting through all that. That's probably gonna take me all day to do. But that's okay, because after that, I will be ready to start finishing up. So I'm really excited. So now I'm going to Goodwill, gonna drop this stuff off, get this out of my car. I still haven't gave my nieces the clothes yet. I need to just go through that one more time there in the back of my car. I have their clothes, plus I have clothes for Goodwill. Remember, I did that a long time ago. Well, now I don't know what bags go to what, so I kind of have to sort through it again. Plus I did find another bag in the garage today when I was in there looking for a couple of things that were Christmas that I knew were missing out of that Christmas video that I made. You'll see that video first, but I knew I was missing some bags of Christmas stuff, and I did find them. They were right in the garage, right when you walk in my garage. So I was able to get those upstairs, and I didn't end up pulling everything out to put them away. I just put them up on top of the pile, and I'll get to it sometime. At least it's in the pile that I cover over because I don't have quite enough space, but I don't want to move everything right now to get back in the cubby hole, so I just put it up on top, and I'll call that good for now. It's 18 degrees here in Maine today, and tomorrow it's supposed to get to like 40 degrees, and then over the whole weekend it's going to be like 0. Some parts of Maine I saw that are supposed to get between negative 35 and 45 in some parts of western Maine over the weekend. It's going to be brutal. That is so cold. I was just talking to my dentist, and she was saying that she thinks people with diesel, might have problems with their vehicle. And I'm like, oh man, it's going to get cold. I think right now the South is going through a real crazy wintry mix of weather too. So a lot of you out there are probably dealing with this too. I always say that if my whole family would just move where the weather wasn't so cold, I would move too. We would move too. I think. I say that, but I think Dana would. He might want to come along. Not positive though, because he does like the snow. It's just so much work. It sure is pretty though. If you can see out my windows, you can see it's very pretty. Well, it's pretty when it's fresh. Right now it's kind of stale, so it's all the sand and stuff. One of my daughters had an appointment today, and I was supposed to go pick up my grandson, and he was going to come hang out for the afternoon while she had her appointment because he was home from school today, but she just said that she's still sick. She's been sick for I went with her last week and she was so sick, but then she seemed to get better and now she's sick again. So these bugs are just going around like crazy. Everybody's just got something different. Yesterday I started in again with something different too. It was the weirdest thing. It lasted a few hours and then it seemed to have stopped. So now I feel great. But yesterday I kept saying, I was on the phone with one of my daughters and I'm like, I don't know. I started to feel warm and just runny nose. All right, I'm gonna just leave that on and go unload my trunk. Okay, that's gone. That felt good. So nice getting rid of stuff. Oh my goodness, I just can't even wait. I've been doing really good though. I've been getting rid of little piles here and there. I'm so excited. Oh, I can tell you what I did the other day. Maybe I'll show you guys a picture of that too. I'm probably gonna make a video of this, but I'll just tell you quick what I did do. People don't really watch the sewing videos if they're here for the Hanging with April part. So I probably will make a video so you might see it come out. You guys know I got my new sewing room. I went up and I've got that all done. It's all wonderful and beautiful. And the problem is I'm in the house quite a bit and I like to sew from in the house. Well, I'd left a couple of sewing machines and I'd left, some stuff in the house, but not much. I took everything down because that's where my little sewing room was, where I would film from and stuff. But I really miss it and I'm really lost without it because whenever I'm in the house, I always am puttering on something and I like having it in the house. So but what I do love is I love the fact that I have space up there for all of my stuff, my long arm, all of my storage, so we've really got our house back by doing that. But it was okay. We knew going into it this could happen. Well, the other day I had kids overnight and stuff, and when I was starting to clean the house after everybody left that day, I was just like, I'm done. I don't need this big huge table. Remember, my whole story was I needed my big huge table with the leaves, because I always have a table but I didn't have the leaves in it because my little sewing room was taking over half of my kitchen, and my kitchen is not very big. So I had curtains up and you couldn't see my sewing room. You didn't see all that unless you went around the corner and around the table. Once I got my sewing room upstairs, I took down the curtains and took everything out, and I put the leaves in my table. First time ever that I was able to really put both leaves in and leave it. It looked really nice, but it still was a little bit squishy. My table's just too big for my house. But anyways, long story short, we had taken our countertop, cut off parts of the counter, the overhang, and pushed that up against the wall for me. We took down, I had a whole fake wall sort of thing that was behind me when it was in my sewing room. We took that down, so it opened back up the kitchen and the living room. So I like how that all looks, but I don't have all my sewing stuff. I don't have what I need in the house. So the other day, I just was like, I told you, once the kids left that day, I tried to picture, how do I want this? I turned the counter around, took all the leaves out of the table, pushed the table in a different direction. It made so much more room. It looks so great, and it's so functional for my sewing room. Oh my, I was like, this is what I need right here. And it's just like, I like to be home. I like to be in my house. Everything I need is in my house. So my nice sewing room, I can go up and I can film, and I can go to my long arm, and I can go to my storage, and I can go to my fabric. But really, I love being in the house. I just love it, always have. I get very homesick very quickly, and I will, like I said, put this on my sewing channel, and I'll have a whole video about that as well. So you'll hear that twice. But talk about happy. Oh, I was sending texts to everybody. I was like, oh, I'm in my happy place. Look, I've got my kitchen sewing room back. My kitchen sewing room, it's so pretty. It's not pretty. It's not anything like my new sewing room, but it doesn't matter. It's so comfortable and it feels like home, and everything is at my fingertips. Like, once I went back upstairs, I had to bring some, get some certain rulers and things that I wanted in the house. So I had more of a variety of the little bits and pieces I had brought in. And it was just like, it felt like home. Yeah, that's probably why I was busting out projects left and right, too. Starting them. Now I just have to long arm them and finish them up so I can get on to the next thing. But talk about happy. Yes, indeed. It's the best. It's going to work for me. I'm going to own the fact that I love being in my dogs are happy and that I'm in there all the time and not outside all the time. Not that I really was, because I never got to that point. I never really, what I'll say, moved in. Everything's there and set up, and I've made some videos, but I haven't had it finished, or the heat, or it was always something why I wasn't up there all the time. And then it was the holidays, so I wasn't putting a lot of time in up there. And now I can. Now it's wonderful. Now I can use my cameras again. Like, the internet was real spotty up there, so my cameras that I have were not working right, and you had to use an SD card, and that's a whole learning curve for me, and might be called an HD card. It's an SD card and HD card. So there's no bathroom up there, so you have to go in the house. You know, there's just a lot of reasons that make it a little bit difficult for me to go there. My dogs. Anyway, now I've got the best of both worlds. I can be in both places. So that's happened. Can't believe we're at the 21st of January. It's just so unreal. I still feel like I'm just right after Christmas. Feels like it just flew right by. I'm still not caught up. I'm going to try hard not to make really long videos anymore. I'm going to try to keep them really kind of short. I find that when I edit, I have to take out so much stuff, so many stories, because I just ramble and ramble. So maybe what I'll do is I'll put more videos out. I'll ramble less, put more videos out, so people don't have to sit there and watch all these long videos. I know there's a lot of people I like to watch, and I love hearing them rambling on, but you know, yeah, you only have 15, 20 minutes, and then you gotta go on to something else. I try to keep them short and sweet. Hoping that this isn't as bouncy as it looks. I really want to do less editing, and I've been trying to research how to make videos and where I don't have to edit so much. My goodness, it's a lot of work, you guys. Editing videos can take hours. I've seen a lot of people say that over the years, you know, because I watch a lot of YouTube. And oh my goodness, yeah, I'm about ready to make them be raw. I really can't do that, but I have to figure out a way how to speed it up. One thing I'm going to do, though, when I get home is I want to order this ruler for my sewing room. I really like rulers, and there's this Stripology ruler that I really want. I keep going on. Every day I go on the site and put it in my cart, and then I never purchase it. Most of the time I'm working with little scraps in my sewing room, so I feel like I just really need this one particular ruler. A couple of weeks ago, I ended up buying the Flying Geese ruler, and I was really excited to get that. I think there's 2 more rulers that I really want. All right, maybe 3. I want one that just does a 1/4 inch, and I want the circle ruler. It's by Creative Grids, and I think it does circles. I really think I'm gonna work on getting that one too. And I just want the Stripology Mini. It makes so I can make squares and straight lines really, really quickly. So I think when I get home, I'm gonna order the Stripology one, just because I work with so many scraps. It really is my favorite to work with. I'm doing that sew along with Jackie Lou, and that's been really, really fun. I'm so glad I signed up for that. I learned a lot about myself, and realizing that it's the way I do things is really okay. That has been just a blast. I've been making videos of that too. Here, I'm home sweet home, and I'm so excited. I'm gonna go in, get some lunch, and I'm gonna start editing. Okay, guys, I hope you're all doing well. I hope your year's not going by as fast as mine, and I hope you're doing everything that you want to be doing. Okay, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you real soon. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye. Please like and subscribe. Say bye, little Miss Ready Thready.